your skin for so long. Oh, I am in your head, so tell me, is it wrong? Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell, my spell.
would you look who it is? It's your boy Oddly back again for some solo casting in the Star League. This time we're looking at a matchup between the Huskies and the Vipers tonight. Now, I'm excited about this one because I see how the Vipers, on paper, are looking at 0 wins so far. Now, this is week 5, and they're going to want to hopefully, add a win to the win column here as the Huskies are looking to hopefully turn their, equal 2 wins, 2 losses into hopefully a victory as well. Now, it's just me tonight, so it's going to be some casual casting. I hope y'all, enjoy this, and I'm going to let these players know that they can join up. Join up the game, and then we'll jump right into it. Hope everyone's having a good night. I am myself. I'm excited to watch a little bit of the Star League too, because it's always interesting to see these guys play. Especially, oh my goodness, Kenji with the beautiful car. You always love to see the Dune Racer. We have Deranged Cappy with the nice golden car there. Kenji with a beautiful touch, allowing Drax to just put her in. Would you look at that? We have 1 goal in. Oh my goodness, we got some spamming up in the top in the quick chat saying no problem. They're pretty confident, the Huskies are themselves, as they have no reason to, as they clearly double committed there. But at any rate, we'll see if they can hopefully get another goal back. They have plenty of time. Mistakes happen, especially early on, just figuring how to feel each other out. And oh my goodness, this Huskies team is it's playing like they're one singular unit. Jumping at the same time and missing at the same time. Fortunately, if you're the Huskies, you don't like to see that, but see, I know it's 2 goals right now for this this Vipers team, but I will say I don't want to pretend like this is very dangerous for the Huskies. As I say that, oh my goodness, it misses the wide open net, and now the Huskies are gonna have to retreat and hopefully get another play here as Kenji's looking to keep the pressure up. He gets a nice 50. As Drax gets a good touch, and Kenji gets an even better one, and it's open! Oh my goodness! Now that one, I will say, it's gotta hurt, as they were playing volleyball in a game about soccer. As the Vipers go up. Actually, gotta give some credit here to Deranged for that card design. Shout out to that card design, because I really like the Patriarch Pros with that gold car decal. But at any rate, Drax is looking to dribble things towards the net, but Xana says nuh-uh. Kenji with a great 50, allowing Drax to just follow this up, and he wasn't really expecting that bounce, but the positioning from this Vipers team is really allowing them to make those mistakes, and that's what you like to see, especially in 2's gameplay. Strange is looking to get the dribble, and you get the decent 50. Xana, good follow-up, and shout out to Xana, man. Like, oh my goodness, bringing out the Rose antenna. Now, I will say that's a classic, the Rose antenna. I used to rock the Rose antenna back in the day. Love to see that brought back in. Drax gets a touch, and Deranged is there to keep things in the Huskies' end, as he would have liked to get a touch on that. And now, looks like they're going to have to retreat. Xana keeps the pressure up. It's a decent 50 as Deranged Cappy doesn't get a great touch, but he looks for the bump and gets it, but Kenji... Kenji had a good recovery, but Deranged was not happy with that and just said, listen, if you're going to recover off my bump, you're not going to recover after this demo. There we go. The Huskies have their first goal. as there was a great pass from Deranged, and we're going to say that that was 100% calculated. Allowing Xana to put a nice goal on net and just absolutely bang that into the back of the net. And Kenji, it's a good wave dash, and there's pressure over in the Huskies net, and they were able to deal with that effectively. Man. Drax is just hitting the ball wherever he wants to. Xana looks to get a nice touch, but the range isn't quite there, but he's a menace on the field. With that baby turtle on the top of his car. Oh my goodness. Don't give this guy space in the air. Drax with a beautiful air dribble. Being able to read that off the roof. Man, it's something about those stock OEMs that really just, you know, make you 10 times more mechanical. Right? Any other wheels you put on your car, you feel the heavy car bug, but the second you put those stock OEMs, those gray, uninspired, unoriginal wheels on, then you feel light as a feather. And you can read air dribbles like that off the ceiling. Drax off the wall again. This time Deranged was there as Xana puts it on net, and oh my goodness, it's saved! That is why you don't give up. As Kenji, oh my goodness, you love to see it. Oh, double whiff. Well, you like to see that from, you know, I'm not sure if he wants me to call me Deranged or Cappy. Let's say Cappy. Decent air dribble off the backboard from Kenji as Rax looks to hit the ball but doesn't. You like to see the pressure kept up even though he doesn't have any boost. Xana gets by one and gets a beautiful bump, allowing for Deranged to just put it in the back of the net. Look at this play. Man, I think Kenji got faked out by that, but Xana really just putting in work as they get a wonderful bump on Drax there as he's putting himself down in the chat there. Drax, my friend, you're doing excellent. Hit a flip reset for me. Oh, nice try. As Drax looks to touch it up, and I don't really know what the Huskies can do here in the last 15 seconds, as this has been, I will say, a fairly competitive game, but, you know, to some level, the Vipers have, you know, clearly kind of had the space to do as they please, but ball still up in the air as Kenji looking to potentially hit a psycho and is nowhere near it. Vipers take game number 1, 4-2. Man, I love those cars. Those are some nice looking cars. I love me my bright decals with you know, stock or black wheels. Just magnificent. And I think I potentially maybe have another caster join me. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, so for the Vipers there, I mean, it's just good gameplay. The Huskies by no means were really having any issue playing that game, and I think that near the end, again, you know, 2 of the goals certainly came very quickly in that game, and they were, you know, very clearly, you know, mistakes, players just trying to figure out how they're going to play in this series, and you know, shaking off the cobwebs, I completely understand it. I think that, you know, in game number 2, it might be a lot more tight, but then again, you know, the Vipers also had the time to feel it out, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see if they can whittle the way here. As it seems as though Debbie has joined me tonight. Debbie, how's it going?
Oddly.
Would you look at that, my friend? I thought I was solo casting tonight, feeling a very, you know, forever alone, but Debbie, he's here. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
sir.
That's a
And
beautiful picture you have there.
thank you very much. I think I picked it up about 2 seasons ago. It's a little throwback of mine.
I love it, man. You'll love to see it. I'm gonna make sure that is everyone in here, and then I'll get them to join. But Debbie, yeah, they can join. So Debbie, did you see that first game?
I was able to catch some of it. I was hurrying to get on in here,
Mhm.
but it was quite interesting seeing the Huskies able to kind of bring some life back into that game.
Oh, speaking of life, Xana with a beautiful shot, and that's just it, right? Oh my God, just like that. I will say that was unfortunate for the Vipers. That just clearly, that was a clinical shot coming off that bounce, man. Holy.
And they're, like you said, bringing some of that energy here into game number 2. So let's see if they can keep that up. Try to knock this Viper squad down a notch.
Exactly, and again, the Huskies. It's interesting because you look at this this Vipers team, and they're the ones who are 0-3 right now, right? But they clearly sort of dominated game number 1. I think the Huskies may be, just looking to, like I said, get settled here in game number 2. I don't think it's fair to judge it off of a best of 5. Fair to judge it off of one game. So we're gonna see how this goes. As Huskies had their first lead, and Debbie, how's your weekend going so far? I mean, it's just started. You got any plans, my friend?
Well, definitely I'm gonna be having the house to myself. So just gonna try to fill my weekend up with some FDL action. Just be here for FDL, FTL as well. I'll watch that draft. That's gonna be going live tomorrow, and hopefully catch as much FDL action as well.
Oh my goodness, this guy is a company man. You love to hear it. That's Ken.
How about yourself?
Well, you know what? For me as well, I don't plan on seeing the sunlight. I plan on exclusively watching FDL live, and if it's not live, then I'll be watching the VODs. Basically, my life is consumed by the FDL, essentially. But anyways, enough about my my very sad weekend. Let's talk about this beautiful. I don't even know what do you call that? Like that was a 50-50 by 3 people. That was a 33.33 by whatever 100 is divided by 3. Oh goodness. Yeah, it seems to me the Vipers have sort of been a little bit complacent this game so far.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to set up a lot of these 1v1 opportunities, but I think it's going to be team plays that are going to be the answer for them to break down this Huskies defense, and that was a fantastic play coming out from the Vipers right there.
Yeah, especially coming off the sidewall there, just having the heads-up play to see that Drax is bringing it slow and allowing him to dribble, not close enough to the net that Kenji is able to, have the heads-up play and really get a nice demo, allowing for an easy slot for Drax there. Much more competitive game so far. You'll love to see it. As Drax looks to center it, and Kenji is there, and they now have the lead.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic play right here. Drax getting maybe a little bit of an unintentional fake right there, but it was just enough to make Xana miss out, probably going for the challenge instead of the ball. And I love Kenji to fully capitalize on that.
Xana wasn't in a great position there, as it seemed they may have got stuck in the net, excuse me, but Drax is here. Oh my goodness! That is unfortunate for Xana as they are playing for the Vipers for that one moment.
Now, is this the Huskies or the Eagles right here?
We're playing the Huskies versus the Vipers. Oh wait, are you saying? Oh my goodness! You got me.
Eagles.
The Eagles own goalers. Are they known for their own goals?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, I feel like a fool. But
Deranged Cappy being a former Eagle, but he was not own goaling. Instead, he's gonna find a goal for the Huskies
oh
from
my
within yards.
goodness. Beautiful team effort. Xana with a wonderful air dribble to read that off the roof, and deranged Cappy with the doink of the century. Oh my goodness. We have a game on our hands, Debbie.
100%, and just under 2 minutes remaining, but Drax is gonna be able to turn in another one
Just
to
kidding. We don't
increase
have
the
a game
lead.
anymore. I take that back.
I feel like every single time I'm talking, someone is scoring.
Man, this is what I'm saying, man. I try to I try to make a point, and then they're just like, oddly, listen. You know, we don't want to hear you talk anymore. Just let me put the ball in the back of the net. You talk about this instead. You know, it happens all the time.
Oh,
Good
almost,
read and a great pass by deranged. This is what you like to see. They're actually controlling the ball, and obviously wasn't able to get a great touch for Xana, but you know, you like to see the back pass, allowing for a little bit of time for them to sort of recover from that miss. And he's looking to get a 50, and he gets it. As he's gonna slot it top corner. I'm not sure where the Huskies went there, but I think they got sent out with this absolute crazy 50.
yeah, and that was all because of Drax right there, going for that bump on Xana, forcing him to try to move out of the way, and he thought, might as well go for the ball with all that momentum, but Deranged Cappy was already there, looking for the 50, led to a double commit, easy goal for Kenji.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that was just a wonderful play from Kenji just to slow things down and make sure that he stays behind the ball. And Drax is doing the same thing. Oh my goodness. He was ready for the 50, but he didn't need it as he faked out one of them. But the ranged Cappy wasn't having any of it. Zanny is coming off the roof here. Oh my goodness. Beautiful pass. That is dangerous. Now, I'm not too upset about that play, but it was definitely a dangerous play, but oh my goodness. Oh. Drax is trying to show me up here. Trying to show me what he can
Drax has
do.
been looking for it all game. But as I'm speaking about Drax right there, the range Cappy is gonna redirect my attention to this nice little touch that he gets past Kenji, putting in another goal for the Huskies.
Yeah, like that's just it, right? Is he was 1-on-1 and the ball was in the air. You know, deranged Cappy just had a good shot, right? And you know, as long as you can get a good hit, especially with the Dominus, you can put that on the net. And you know, even in this league, it's difficult to score a goal like that. So, you know, hats off to him. But I will say, 15 seconds left, and it looks like the Huskies really have to make an effort to score 2 goals in 10 seconds. Time dwindling down. Kenji gets a miss, and that could be the opportunity they need. And time has stopped, and the Vipers take game number 2.
Yes, sir. And this should be them putting the Huskies on match point, correct?
You are correct on that. Which is, you know, especially on paper, looking at how the Vipers, their record right now, it's 0-3, as the Huskies themselves have, you know, already have 2 victories, and they do have 2 losses as well. But that's not to say that they weren't able to take some series. So, I mean, I think this is a competitive game. We're just gonna have to see how the Huskies are going to be able to, you know, adjust in game number 3, as it wasn't super bad. I mean, they definitely played a lot better than game number 1, in my opinion, more refined, especially from the get-go. What do you think they have to do to take this series and bring it to game number 5, reverse sweep?
I think they need to start outpacing the Vipers. Both teams have, especially in this game number 2, started playing a very slow and controlled play style, which has led to the Vipers having a lot of time and space with the ball and being able to draw out the Huskies players. But if they're able to cut off those opportunities early in the Vipers half and keep pressure going, start boost starving, start breaking down that defense, I think it could lead to them possibly squeezing out a victory here against the Vipers.
Exactly. I mean, I want to mention that the join, just so that the one here, yeah, everyone's here, perfect. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like you said, right? I think that both teams, you can see the pace of the game is definitely a lot slower. I think the key to victory here for the Huskies is basically increasing that pressure. But oh no, and not doing that, which is keeping the net wide open.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate for the Huskies. Xana going right there. Durange Cappy having been the player off the kickoff was still recovering, and Kenji just getting an amazing 50 against him just allows Drax to sink one in for the Vipers for an early lead.
And with a beautiful flick. Oh my goodness, what a play!
From my angle, I thought this ball was gonna hit the crossbar. But
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I thought that flick was, going a lot higher than it did, but just a beautiful heads-up play from Xana to get that fake on the first man, and to just get the wonderful flick. That kind of flick is certainly, beautiful pass from Deranged Cappy, but even better saved by Drax as it's bent over to Xana, and we're looking at a lot of tic-tac-toe right now.
the Huskies getting a second chance right here with another phenomenal pass, back-to-back passes coming out from Deranged Cappy, connecting to Xana, and that time they find the back of the net, able to catch the lead right here in game number 3.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about. Now, I will say, obviously, if that pass was, oh my goodness, these passes, they're mint for this Huskies team. The Vipers got to be afraid of this as Xana looks to send it out again. And as I was saying, they do have to be careful as Xana was obviously there in an advantageous position for that shot and put it in the net. But I mean, any variation in that pass, and they were going to be on an open net. Gotta be careful. There was another double commit as a beautiful pass is missed by Xana, but you love to see the effort as they're going to go for a double tap here off the ground. I'll be honest, when I'm playing Rocket League, I love doing that, where you come off the wall and you shoot it towards the ground, waiting for it to bounce back at you. It's very underrated, and a lot of players don't really expect it, so kudos to Deranged Cappy for trying that, as Dan looks to beat Kenji. Nice pass over, and we have a tie game!
And the Vipers catching Deranged Cappy out of position right there and out of boost, not able to catch up to this one. Unfortunate for the Huskies, and the Vipers, like you said, are able to tie this up quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Exactly. Lots of time to play for both these teams. It's a do or die right now for the Huskies. Deranged Cappy's making the play with light boost, and Xana's up there. Gotta be careful as they are last back, but they make a great touch. Looking to slow things down as Drax. I love to see this play with zero boost. Very heads up to, notice that the play's being slowed down and, being comfortable with playing. Oh my goodness, playing their card backwards, and Kenji capitalizes.
What a phenomenal play coming out from Drax, able to take it all the way down and center it perfectly for Kenji. The Huskies defense just not, maybe they thought that he had boost, so they were expecting way more powerful touches, but just soft taps, keeping the Huskies guessing, and it paid off.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I think that, that entire play was obviously started by Drax, but, like you said, we have an open net. Speaking of Drax making the play, what was that pass?
Nice little redirect. Kenji being in the right place, right time, able to finish that one off. Huskies just a little bit too overextended on that play.
Oh my goodness. Just like that, the Vipers are in a great position to sweep this Huskies team. Speaking of Vipers, do you think I should make the 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 snake pun about them closing their grip on the Huskies. They're
Tightening their grip.
closing their vice grip. You know, like let's say
Yeah.
like a husky and a viper met out in nature, right? Drax with another great shot. I mean, but I'm gonna finish what I'm saying here. After I say great pass from Genji, but if a husky and a viper or a large snake met out in the wild, right? For some reason, this snake was able to wrap its body around this husky. It would close its vice grip to eat it, basically.
Now, I'm not sure what's your knowledge on many animals, but vipers don't tend to constrict. That would be more so
It's
boas,
strict. There's the
pythons.
word. Okay, there's the word. But
Viper.
in your opinion, you consider that a stretch, is what you're saying.
Yeah, in terms of specifically animal talk.
Okay.
But
Okay. So
now, if you brought up a gorilla versus a bear, now we would have
okay,
an
all right.
entirely different debate.
All right. Speaking of which, I need to know one husky that's like feral and hungry versus like you may know snakes better than me. 3 snakes, 3 vipers. Who's winning?
The vipers. Personally,
Okay, why?
a single husky and one viper would end in a stalemate, I would think.
Okay. I like the idea of a stalemate. Now he's not biased on this animal opinion. I like to see that. As it's looking like this Vipers team is gonna be taking over this series and winning a sweep in shocking fashion, in my opinion. They're gonna be taking their first series win, which you love to see. And you know what? You don't love to see a sweep, obviously, but what I will say is that when you do see a sweep, you want to see it in this fashion. In my opinion, it was close games, right? Certainly close enough that there was competition. It wasn't blowouts by any means, but I think we just had a question. Why is the overlay 1-0? Yeah, sometimes overlay is broken. Sometimes it breaks, Sometimes the Vipers play so well that we just can't fathom the level of sweep that they just put onto the Huskies as they take this series 3-0.
Yes, sir. Most certainly, the Vipers coming out on top, able to deal that finishing, that lethal blow before the Huskies could sink their jaws in, and and really defeat the single Viper that they would be facing.
Debbie, I like this. I like you. You know, we gotta involve these animal puns every week here at the FDL League. I'm gonna see if we can potentially bring some people in and have a quick chat. I will ask. But Debbie, what did you think about that series? I know you came in a bit after game number 1. What did you think about what you saw from
I
both teams?
really wish the series could have been extended a little bit, but I'm definitely liking what's coming out from the Vipers. They were able to control the ball, keep possession, maintain pressure, and some of those bumps and demos definitely paying a long way for the Vipers as they were able to come out on top and catch the Huskies overextending and lead to some counterattacks with that control and stout defense.
You know what? I will say, I mean, like you said, we had a great series here, but more importantly, I just saw because I was wondering, like what's deranged Cappy mean, right? And I was like, maybe he's talking about capybara, potentially, but I'll just leave it. But then I just saw his profile picture, and this man is a deranged capybara, which is crazy to see. But at any rate, I'm just a little bit in shock, but. Uh, I mean, unfortunate loss from the Huskies there, but like you said, it's really good to see this gameplay coming up from the Vipers. I mean, again, on paper they're 0-3, right? They really needed something like this, especially in the middle of the season or early. Um, you'll have to see it.
100%. And this could be the start of a turnaround for the Vipers. This being week number 5, it's possible for them to start turning it around, maybe finish on a positive record. You said they were 1-3, correct? Or 0-3?
Well, they're 1-3 now, but they were
1-3.
0-3. Yeah, exactly.
So so it could definitely lead to a turnaround for the Vipers, and they could possibly squeak into a playoff spot.
You'll have to see that. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna see if the um Vipers are interested in a interview, but I have to see. I just haven't had any word yet, but not a big deal. You see here, not a big deal if we can't, but if we can, either even better. Um,
It looks like they will be joining us here shortly.
okay, sounds like a plan.
Waiting on this Viper squad. But one of my big questions about this Viper squad. Oh, and why not ask the gentlemen themselves? Congratulations on your sweep over the Huskies. How are you gentlemen feeling?
Feeling great, feeling great.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Right, so as long as it's okay with you, Audley, can I kick off some questions for these young gentlemen?
Do your thing, my friend.
All right. So one of my first questions here was I was wondering how this roster was going to perform. Drax, you being the Vipers captain, I know you guys had to make some roster changes, and Kenji is relatively new to the roster, correct?
Indeed, indeed. This was our first series playing together,
Oh, okay. So definitely a positive showing for you guys.
for sure.
Well,
Uh, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I am pleasantly surprised on how we did today. I did not think it would be a sweep because I faced Patty, now deranged Cappy, but he's a really solid player, and I honestly thought it would be a lot closer. But I'm very happy how we performed tonight, and hopefully there's more to come.
Yeah, I will say, you guys certainly. I mean, they did play a very solid game, right? And they certainly had quite a few passing plays there. But you guys just sort of controlled and played your game essentially. Now, going into, obviously it was a sweep, but after that first game, there was certainly some mistakes from them. Is there anything that you guys changed, or were you kind of just still kind of playing your own game?
I mean, we were just playing our own game, honestly. I really like how Ken plays because he's very supportive, like as a second man as well. So
Okay.
it's
Right.
yeah.
And Kenji, how do you feel about joining this team, and how is this your first game, your first series?
Uh, it's my second series.
All right, all right. And is this your first series of this team, or?
Oh no, this is my first series playing with Drax. I played
Okay.
a series with Bra last match, I think earlier this week.
And how did you enjoy playing with Drax?
Drax, click, he's mechanical, so all I have to do is just sit back, and then when he's off the ball, I just come in, disrupt, and if I can score, I'll score. But pretty much just get it past the opponents and set him up to score.
Yeah, and I will say, like, that's what I'd like to see. Especially Drax making those plays, and Kenji you as well. But especially in Star League, it's important that, well, I guess in any league, it's important with spacing. But I think you guys had that down pat this series, which you love to see. Any teams that you'd like to shout out, or anybody you're looking forward to play the rest of the season?
For me, I would like to say that I really want to play the Dragons again. They were a
Okay.
great team when we first faced them, or when I first faced them at least.
All right.
Joy is a force to be reckoned with, so I'm excited to play them again.
And how about you there, Kenji?
I'm trying to face the Hydras.
Okay, couple of good teams, and I will say we watched a little bit of the Dragons action earlier today, and we watched that boy Joy just do his thing. And like you said, solid team. So certainly, making a case for playing the Dragons. Anything final questions for these guys there, Debbie?
No, sir. That's
All
all I
right.
got.
All right, perfect. I have one more questions for you guys. Okay, so we
Go
were
ahead.
talking about this in the last game. I I think I kind of agree with Debbie. He's thinking like a stalemate for like one Viper versus like a Husky in real life. Would you guys say like two? Like who would win? Two Vipers versus one Husky in like real world forest scenario.
I mean, Vipers. Do Vipers have venom? I'm assuming they do, right? I'm not stupid.
Yeah, they do have
Okay,
venom.
so if the snake bites the dog, I don't think the dog will be able to move. So
Right.
I
I mean,
think it depends who strikes first, honestly.
that is true.
All
That
right,
is
that's a
true.
good
'Cause,
show. That's a good
yeah,
show.
that Viper got that range now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good shout. Okay. Debbie's our resident snake expert here, so any
Ooh.
Viper questions, just direct them his way. But yeah, I know I kind of have to agree. It definitely is situational. But speaking of Vipers, I think they could. Anyways, they have venom. Anyways, gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for that sweep. That was a lot of good gameplay to watch, and I appreciate you guys letting me cast.
No
Um,
worries.
Debbie, we'll kind of send things off here. I know we have some more games in about 20 minutes, so if you guys want to stick around, we have our final game for the night at 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir. That'll be the Expert League Penguins taking on the Eagles. So don't go anywhere.
love you. I do need you, need you. I do love you. I do need you. I love you, love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you.
Welcome back, FDL, for our last match of the night. I hope you enjoyed those 2 games of Star League action. We are moving on to the Expert League here with the Expert League Eagles at 1-3 taking on the Expert League Penguins 2-2. I'm joined for this final cast of the day by the man who started off the day with a big dub. Maki, how are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good here. How are you?
After the Rocket League we've seen so far, it's been a great night. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice, brother. Are you excited for this matchup at all?
Absolutely. Expert League is the middle league, so you get a mix of mechanical players and players that are really just finding themselves and how they're going to progress in their Rocket League journey here. So you can get a lot of fun action. And these two teams, they're not the top of Expert League, but they are definitely battling for it. It's still early, and they have similar records and similar salaries coming into this game. So it's going to be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, I agree. And I casted, I think Kim Okio and Riffin both. I casted both of them last week against a team whose name I do not remember, but I know that it had Gami Panda on it.
Week, that would be the Gators is who they played last week.
That was an exciting match. We saw Riffin and Kim Okio really come back during the match, take it to game 5, make it they got reverse swept. I'm misremembering. That being said, they looked great in the first 2 games. It just fell apart a little bit at the end, so I'm excited to see them play this week. See if they can fashion back together that teamwork that we saw in games 1 and 2.
I believe that I casted that game with you last week. So we are very familiar with this team, but I'm excited to see what we can see with the Penguins. The great Scooteroo the reserve for the Penguins, has graced himself in this game to play, being the lowest salary they have. Let's see how that plays into this game, but he's got Sticks with him, and Sticks is always a solid player. Nothing flashy, but he's just always in the right position, and he's very good on the offensive end.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this matchup. I already mentioned how I think that Riffin and Kimokio have a fantastic teamwork, but Scooteroo and Sticks are both prior service military men. They both served our country, so
I do believe
uh,
aren't they related? I think they're like cousins or something.
that might also be true. I don't know.
I think I'm remembering back to season 2, it was saying something about Six saying he brought his cousin in or something like that. I could be wrong on that, but I think they might be related.
Yeah, I mean, if so, like I'm really hoping to see them perform out here. They should have good chemistry in that case. And I got to root for the service members of our country. Just there's no way around that. So I'm looking for them to
Absolutely.
win.
Alrighty, you want to go ahead and get him in here?
Yeah, just slightly before we start, you can go ahead and tell them to join. Scooter says in chat, "Don't worry about it. Bad Kim, bad team." And I can't read that last thing he said. Who knows? Who knows what he said in that last message? Let's get into this though.
I am the poor, so somebody else is going to have to tell them to get into it.
Join, please. All right, looks like they're getting in there now. We have Scooter and Kimokio opposing each other on the kickoff. Let's see how this goes. First kickoff of the game. It looks like Scooter's going to get there first. Kimokio is going to use that slight delay to his advantage to get that ball under the corner where Sticks will take control. Get a pass out mid early on. Here, both rocking the potato car. I don't even remember the name of this hitbox. I don't remember the name of this car is.
The hitbox is the Merc hitbox. The car is I honestly I don't know. I've never used this car. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I also never used this car.
The Nomad, isn't it?
Yeah, the Nomad. Personally, I peeked a little bit in my mouth when I saw them in this vehicle, but yeah, everybody's got their own preference. And I know Scooter is here to win. He's here to
I
dominate.
don't know about that. He does say he is bad, so let's see how that goes for team confidence here. Already coming out, calling yourself bad is bad for self-confidence.
A little modesty never hurt anybody. I know Scooter, and I know that in his heart he believes that he's the best player in the game, and that's because he is. First shot on. Let's go, Scooter.
Oh my God! Just the Eagles overcommitting there, and Scooteroo putting one in from long range. In a lot of my games against Scooteroo, he's been an ace from past half field. So you really got to focus on not overcommitting when you're going to play Scooteroo. He doesn't miss his long balls, so that's something to watch out here for him in this match. He's going to be a little rusty. I don't think he's played. I don't know if he played at all last season. So excited to see how he plays out here.
I think Scooter is a retired man, and he's just here to have a good time, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't really play too much anymore.
Yeah, he's here for a good time, not a long time.
That being said, I mean, they look fantastic right now. They're coming out really strong. Scooter with a dimer of a pass off the side while getting it out just enough to make it awkward for Kimokio. And Sticks going to be there to clean it up.
Yeah, that's, I think, two-time champion, or did he lose last season? One-time champion for sure, Sticks there. Unfortunately, did not have a Vipers team in this, so he moved on to Scooter's team, the Penguins, up here in Extra League. I'm just excited to see him, with new players. Him and Rico were a team for so long. It's nice to see him with a new pairing here. See how he adapts to having new teammates and building chem with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Scooter actually looks really strong here. He's getting some touches that I'm not expecting out of him. He might even score this right here. Puts it just off. Yeah, I thought Scooter would look a little bit rusty. I know he doesn't play too much these days, but he's looking solid and clean. And that help just went right through Kimokio from Sticks. That is wild. Griffin can have plenty of time to control this here. Going to get a high flick. Look to position it, Kimokio to take it in the corner. Although unfortunately, Kimokio cannot get the touch he needs to make a better play off that ball.
Boom.
It's looking pretty back and forth right now, but just with a slight edge on pressure for Scooter and Sticks on the Penguins, and just shot quality. Overall shot quality just looks better.
Yeah, to me, it just seems like the Penguins have just communicated better. You're not really seeing a lot of times where one's out of position. A lot of times they've got solid rotations. They're covering the defensive end while the other one's attacking and being there for the passes whenever they're able to make them. And I think that communication is leading them to play a little faster than the Eagles are here, which has allowed these nice fast break offense that we've seen from them. But that's a great touch there for Timo. Unfortunately, his teammate is unable to find the back of the net there. For the Eagles here, it's just, they're just a little slow is what it seems like. So let's speed it up for them. That's a great touch, and Timo is able to finish it off there and bring this game back to 1 goal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great 50 there by Riffin. Kimokio going to be there in position this time. Put that in there. And, we're on a 1-goal game, 1 minute 44 left. It's really not clear who's going to win this one yet. But it looks like Kimokio and Riffin are both mounting up a little more pressure, both putting on better shots, getting some better passes out there. And I don't know. I think from a mechanical standpoint, they look like the better team right now. They haven't been able to close like the Penguins have been able to, but they look solid. Like that touch is just great right there. 6 is gonna be there to clean it up. But
yeah, go ahead. So the big thing is, I mean, they're more mechanical, but with the great flick there from Riffin, this one's going to come back to bite me. Just as I was about to say that the Penguins have stayed solid rotation defensively, which has really, swallowed up the Eagles defense. But right after I say that, Riffin just flicks it over Sticks, who was a little bit pushed up too far, and gets this game all knotted up.
yeah, I think from a team like this, the Penguins clearly being at a mechanical disadvantage here.
Ooh. Oh
man, that's so unfortunate. Scooter gonna give his own self a what a save. Sometimes it's hard to read those. He's got to play the hit there.
Yep.
You want to see a non-mechanical team like this just try to play solid rotations. Never commit too hard. Always play within your means, and they can win this against a team like Kimokio and Riffin, who seem to be taking more risks. I think that's their play here.
Yeah, and Riffin really is the one to watch here. We saw it last season in Adept League, and again here in Expert League. He's the more mechanical player. Timo's going to play the solid support role and really be the smarter player here, and really be the one who provides leadership. But Riffin's just going to kind of go psycho sometimes, and it's fun to watch him when he really gets in his groove and he's able to pull off some shots that you don't expect from him every once in a while. And that's really going to be the challenge here is, the Eagles having that one player who is very mechanical versus 2 lower mechanical, rotationally solid players for the Penguins. And that's just a great pass here for Kimo, cleaning up as we see him do all of the time here for the Eagles.
We're going to get an FF request in chat from Scooter asking Kimokio and Riffin to FF. Pretty interesting given the position, but maybe they know something that we do not. Yeah, I mean, honestly, based on having seen this first game, it's all but over here.
Another one.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for them to finish. It looks like Scooteroo and Sticks need to get back to that chemistry, that discriminate chemistry they had early on in the series. And play just solid Rocket League. It's what they're gonna have to do because clearly Kimokio and Riffin, I mean, like they're better than me mechanically in some positions, which is not saying much, but I am in Star, so it's it means something. They look solid. They look hard to beat right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I saw from the Penguins is they just allowed too much time in the midfield for the Eagles. When they really started taking off, they were able to really dictate the offense to the way they wanted to. Not a lot of early challenges, not really getting up to the balls, really just waiting for the Eagles to do what they were going to do and trying to react instead of being proactive.
Yeah, I agree. And I think there's a fine line between putting pressure on an Eagles team like this and not overcommitting too much because they do have the ability to outplay.
Agree.
So we'll see. We'll see how the Penguins can tie it together right now. But I think they just need to play a solid game. I think they just need to hit good rotations and not overcommit, and we'll see a much closer game too, and hopefully even a win from them.
Hopefully, I mean, they looked really good in that opening. Oh, is it probably 2 minutes, minute and a half, and it just fell off from there. Just playing a little slow. You could see the rust on Scooter right there. Scooteroo is no longer bad apparently, so hopefully that gets rid of all the rust, and he plays a little better this game.
Hopefully, I want to see Scooter do well. Scooter gonna take it off there. Stick's gonna hit that downfield, get a little bit of a beat. He's gonna commit for this mid boost though and leave his teammate in a 1v2, which is exactly what you don't want to see. Although Scooter with that massive hitbox will have it covered.
Good
And a
bump.
great bump play.
That's that little chemistry of them playing together. You saw it right there. I mean, Scooter, it looks like he wasn't even thinking about it. He just took off, and Sticks waited for the right time and just flicked it, and Timo had really no chance right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And great trust on Scooter's part right there to go for that bump, despite Sticks being low boost. Now we're going to see a huge little outplay touch. High Kimokyo there in the corner. Scooter going to jump from a mile away to get to that ball to make sure Kimokyo cannot play it again. Allows him to get a little bit of a clear downfield, but it leaves him in an awkward position. And Riffin going to get the turbo flick here. I can't blame Sticks for not reading this. Wow.
So just got that extra little touch there that just put it right over top of Sticks. And I mean, I think he was trying to go up for it, but he ended up backflipping, unable to get his hand off the stick in time, and just unable to get it onto the crossbars. Just a really great position there for Riffin, taking advantage of, you know, the shoddy shadow defense that you'll find at times down here in Expert League, excuse me. As this is an opportunity here for the Penguins. Stick's going to look for the long ball here, but does not quite have the boost he wanted. Puts it up right corner, but Kimokyo is there for the clear. Twitter going to look to play this one. Bounces off. Going to look to play it off the back form. Riffin, again, with the great defense here. We're seeing the Eagles here play a little bit of defense on this one as the Penguins have been able to maintain a little bit more pressure than they were in the last game.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things I'm seeing here is Sticks' boost management is abysmal. I think even for this rank, he needs to be conserving a little bit more boosts in a lot of these situations. He seems every time that he's on the ball, he ends up with zero boost trying to take a shot. I mean, it's really hard to get good quality shots off when you're low boost.
Yeah, absolutely. They had that nice open net where it looked like he might have been able to boom one down into the far corner, but he just didn't have any juice left to get it done. Definitely something to monitor, see if he can pull that back around and get his team back in this game here. But, you know, it takes a lot of boost to drag that big nomad body around, so I can't blame him sometimes.
To agree, and Sticks just not going to want to leave this ball alone. It's going to cause both of them to have to retreat with low boost here. Sticks seeming a little bit too nervous maybe, or trigger happy to get on this ball. And Riffin going for the double, he can't quite get it. But look at him, he keeps some boost, stays relevant in the play, slows the ball down, allows Kimokyo to get an easy clear touch, as opposed to a hard ball that was going to be flying at his net.
And the team chemistry for the Eagles is just off the chains right now. They're going for team pitches, a nice cheeky little pop-up pass there for Kimokyo from Riffin. And, you know, I thought that maybe the long-term chemistry for the Penguins would be the factor here, but these Eagles are playing really well together in this game, and you know they're really going for some advanced stuff for this level as far as team plays go. As Scooter is going to able to take this one past Timo, who unfortunately flipped coming off the wall right there. Or sorry, that was Riffin.
Yeah, I almost think it almost feels like Kimokyo and Riffin have taken their foot off the gas this game. And really, it looks almost like they're trying to style on him. which may work for them, but it also may not. With Scooter flying down middle of the map, no boost like that, it's looking kind of good for them.
Ugh.
Honestly, what a shot! I probably wouldn't hit that.
Riffin just pops off. I mean, this is what they look for. Riffin is really just spark that the Eagles need, and Kimo just plays his role so well there. A little bit of fake there from Kimo. It looked like maybe he'd go for the ball, but Riffin comes in with a ridiculous angle and puts it top corner. I mean, for Sticks there, I can't even say that he played bad defense because I wouldn't have expected Riffin to put that one in.
Griffin going for another off the wall play, really going to take that setup slow, and he's just being allowed to do what he wants. Which you
Yeah, they
can't
really
do.
need to focus. Oh, sorry. They really need to focus on just keeping Griffin off the ball, and like anytime the ball gets on his car, they really want to just shut that down as quickly as possible because he's really the threat right now for this Eagles offense.
Looks like Griffin going for a fake there, going to pass it against the wall. Give himself a little bit of space. It just seems like the Eagles are just a step ahead on every play.
Oh, we got a chance here.
Double. He's gonna get a pass off to mid. Six is gonna commit to that, and they won't have a shot. So this could be bad for them, but fortunately for them, the Eagles once again looking for some sort of style play. Not really so concerned about converting all their opportunities right now. Just trying to have fun out there. It's working for them.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are going for some stuff right now, and it hasn't quite hurt them yet, but some of these opportunities might come back to haunt them when they just get the little mistouches that they're getting here. The Penguins have definitely had an opportunity to tie this game up here, and they've got to be frustrated with the quality of shots that they have taken here. They've had the opportunities, they just haven't been able to put them in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game can easily get tied up right here with the mistakes that the Eagles are making. Maybe it seems a little bit unlikely now. Oh, let's reset. Goal line save for the wrong team there from the Eagles, but they're still going to take just one. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know that there's anything that the Penguins can do at this point. Bring this back. It's looking pretty bleak. Stick's gonna say, dude, this is too easy in chat. I wonder if he's throwing for channel points.
Maybe.
Mind.
For me, really, for the Penguins here, they really just have to, I don't know, just kind of clamp it down, and for them, I think it's more in their favor if they really keep this a very low scoring game, maybe 1 goals or 2 goals per team. Like, just keep it nice and low. Like a 2-1 scoreline sounds like a game that the Penguins can win. The second you let the Eagles spread their wings hypothetically and fly on offense is the second that you're going to start having trouble, because when you give them space, they're going to take advantage of it. And we've seen it all series long with Riffin, just ridiculous shot after ridiculous shot. Penguins, they are expert league, but the defense it requires to block some of these shots that Riffin's putting in is kind of above their level. I hate to say it, but that's just kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I agree somewhat. Although, Scooter coming in chat saying Cashers have no faith. SMH 6-1 right after this is actual game. He says. I guess I'll let him know. Maybe we'll see a different result this game. Now that Sticks is aware that this match counts for his league standing. He said he thought this was warm-ups. Interesting. We'll see if that changes the result here. I don't know that it will. I'll go on record right now, Scoot. If you're listening right now, Scooter, I'll buy you anything you want off the dollar menu for Taco Bell if you win this game.
Oh my gosh, Riffin might have something to say about that. Scooter, you better hurry up and get them cinnamon twists, alright? Best thing on the dollar menu at Taco Bell right there.
You can have 2 things off the dollar menu, Scooter. It seems like I may have piqued his interest because he said wait Taco Bell in chat as he is typing while getting scored on in the match. We'll see if this changes anything.
Oh, almost again. got caught typing.
Scooteroo. I don't know if you're allowed to do this, man. You want to focus up a little bit. Your reputation's at stake here.
It's all part of the plan here. They're just baiting him out.
And one time, Scooteroo beat me in a 1v1 while I was playing in the Fennec. So my reputation is also at stake here, Scooteroo.
Are you blaming it on the Fennec here? Fennec is best car. We all know that.
No, I would never. That's definitely not why I said that. What a bump from Scooteroo to keep riffing off of that ball. And once again, Sticks driving the ball up the field with no boost, using all of it as he gets it. And it's double commit for the shot. You know, I don't think I've ever seen better team play from an expert team.
Just constant passing. It's very impressive. You know, it's not even kind of like just throwing it towards the midfield. They're putting it on each other's car. The control, not only for the shots, but the passes have been very impressive here. There's another great one there from Kimo. Feeding Riffin here, trying to get him player of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? It looks like the Eagles are just far and above a better team right now. Definitely in chat says best thing I can offer is Moltron from Medical on base. Definitely handing out what sounds like medication for free. I don't know that you're I don't know that your first sergeant's gonna really enjoy this news, Definitely, but you know, after you get off your 45-45 split of extra duty, I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Oh.
That being said, I also do have some free Pepto-Bismol that I got from Medical on my base, so I'll just give you that if you want, Scooter. You don't have to win for that one.
I've got some expired ibuprofen in the cabinet if you want it as well.
Great touch by Riffin. He's gonna go for the musty, dude. He's just styling on him. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That turn radius got to him.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh.
If this isn't a lesson learned on why you shouldn't use this car, I don't know what it is.
I mean, just think about all the cinnamon twists that Scooter will not be having tonight, courtesy of Maki.
Yeah, he really tossed his opportunity for some free cinnamon twists. But man, I mean, we're making a lot of jokes here, and that's all in good fun. Almost a great shot by Scooter, but I really can't understate just how well the Eagles are playing here.
Absolutely. Riffin once again with a hat trick as well. I think this is his third hat trick. I cannot remember if he had 3 in the first game or only 2. Or the second game, I mean.
I have no clue myself. I mean, both these guys look like, I mean, just an arms toss away from being star. If they just had a little bit more consistency and slightly more solid fundamentals, I could see both of these guys easily being star players. So I mean, they're just a solid team. They're playing fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely a case of, you know, maybe separate they're not quite as good, but together I think they come together, they elevate each other's salary just with the chemistry they have and the way they communicate. As Scooteroo wants them cinnamon twist here, he's coming for your money, Maki. You better be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gassing the Eagles up, and then here comes was that Kimo Kyo passing it in front of the net off an unfortunate touch. We got to see him
Now,
close
you've
it out
never
here.
passed in front of your net, have you?
Yeah, not once in my Rocket League career.
Well, that's a good way to respond right here. The Penguins give him one right back.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Honestly, Sticks just had to touch this slightly, and it would have been basically in there. Scooter said, "I'll cash up you $2 for RMR." I might have to go check the rule book on that one. I don't know. I don't know that that is allowed, but I guess
Yeah,
it
I mean,
is.
Scooteroo is retired, so I don't think he's quite worried about, getting suspended or anything like that. So, you know,
Is he retired? He's playing right now.
semi-retired.
He's gonna let Suter down. Suter's hopes and dreams all resting on. Oh my god.
Oh, is he though?
It's him play Scooter going crazy with the bumps. Does not want to let this one go and just 3.
Once again, pulling out that bump play there. He says, we might not be able to shoot the greatest, but if there's no defense, there's nobody to keep it out of the way. And, Sticks that time able to manage his boost and drive it right into the back of the net.
Scooter almost with a peak shot. That would have been sick if he hit that. Unfortunately, Kimokio gonna be getting the peak shot into this goal. Oh no. Sticks just barely not making it. Almost pitches it out.
Yep, set up the wrong way, and that half second where he had to turn his wheel and go to the side is all the difference.
We're gonna get the mid boost and just fly by. I'm not laughing at Scooter here. I'm sorry. I got the hiccups. Promise. Oh no. Big fake on the goal line from Sticks.
I think at the point where he was typing mid-match is the point where we can admit we're laughing at Scooter, all right?
No, I would never. I'm a consummate professional. I would absolutely never laugh at a fellow FPL player. Sticks gonna try to tie it up here. Scooteroo, everything's gone wrong for them. Game, well, series has been a little bit unfortunate, but it looks like Scooter and Sticks had fun throughout all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And importantly, they had fun, but also importantly for the Eagles here, I mean, there's a little bit of a kind of a lighter-hearted series here, but for the Eagles, this had serious season implications here. Able to get to 2-3 here instead of going to 1-4, which is practically a hole you can't get out of. 2-3 puts you in a manageable position. You get one more win, you're back at 500, and you're right in the middle of that playoff race here. So, all fun and games here, but for the Eagles, this one was big.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Eagles just looking solid. I mean, they had that performance last week where they couldn't quite pull it together to finish the series off, and then they come back just immediately with a strong performance right here. 3-0 sweep against the Penguins. I mean, there's not much more you can ask for on their end.
No, you can't ask for anything. It's nice little they call it a net crack game. It's a nice little pop, and you feel better about your season right now. You've got a little momentum heading into the next week, and we'll see if this one propels them into maybe a little win streak, getting themselves back in the playoff picture. Maybe taking on a little bit more status than they were.
Absolutely. And we've got Kimokio, Riffin, and Scooteroo sitting in the stream waiting room right now, waiting to be pulled in. Actually, I would like for all of them to be pulled in if that's something that we can do. I don't know. Maybe we'll get in trouble for that. But I think it would be interesting if we could. Either way,
Yeah.
we got both
I'm
teams
fine
in
with
here.
it.
Actually, so I think what we should do here is pull Kimokio and Riffin in first. See if they're okay with co-sharing this interview.
All right.
Kimokio and Riffin, you guys played fantastic. I do have one question for you guys before we start all the formal interview shenanigans. Would you be okay with Sticks and Scooter joining your interview? Because they're up there waiting. It's up to you.
I'm 100% good with
Absolutely.
it.
That's a green light from both of you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Get them in here if you can, please.
There they are.
All right, we got a double interview here, so I guess I will start with the winners, the Eagles, Kimokio and Riffin. You guys played a fantastic game. It looked like you guys were just having fun out there, trying to freestyle, go for some crazy shots. I mean, Riffin, you hit some shots that I don't hit consistently. That was pretty sick to see. I mean, you guys are really exciting to watch.
Thank you.
what did you? I mean, what was your mentality going into that game? I know this is like a really common question. It's beat to death. What was your mentality going into that game? And even after the first game, what were you thinking? What were the comms like?
My main mentality is to not overthink the game and not just to stay focused and communicate a lot.
Yeah, and going into the first game, it's always a feeler game, especially if you haven't played a team yet that season. But after that first game, we just I think we all kind of chilled and just had a good time, win or lose.
Definitely win or lose. Speaking of losing, Sticks and Scooter, you guys were talking the entire time in the chat. Even at times AFKing in game, it seemed like to talk in Twitch chat. I mean,
Well,
what was that series like for you guys?
we already had the fashion show one, so we weren't really too concerned about gameplay.
Yeah, we were just trying to have the nicest cars. I didn't realize we were playing today, so
Yeah.
You guys certainly won the fashion show. There's no arguments
They
here.
didn't know we were playing, hence me playing today. Unfortunate L for my team.
I mean, we've got to adjust the important subject here. Is unfortunate loss here, but more importantly, you lost out on the opportunity to take Maki's money. Really talk to me through me how that makes you feel and what's really going through your head right now.
Well, I was kind of disappointed because I was willing to spend more than the dollar he was going to spend for them guys to go to RMR, but they wouldn't do it.
Oh, interesting. Being called out here for not accepting cash money bribes to go to RMR. How do you feel about
Yes.
that, Kimoko and Riffin? Let me know what your side of the story is.
Should have been 20.
Yeah, he forgot.
Oh, you didn't see the 0? I pushed a 0.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a sudden death rematch. Let's go. Maki, you want to fill in for me?
Yeah, I think I'd get dusted right now the way Kimoko and
probably.
Riffin were playing. Don't say yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm being modest.
In a 1v1, so.
I'm being oh my god. Okay. This has all been a little bit informal. And
I'm actually gonna hop out real quick, but I just want to say GG's to the Eagles. You guys killed it. It was a really fun game.
Yeah, GG.
So yeah, this has all been a bit informal, and we have Scooteroo in here, and this is all kind of like it was a really fun time. It was fun to cast, and you guys seemed like you were having a good time playing. So I guess we'll just cut right to it. I mean, Kimoko, Riffin, do you guys have anybody you want to play in particular? You want to call out any rematches you want? Potentially Gami Panda. That match was really close. I think you guys, the way you guys played today, I think you guys could have won that last time if you were having the same kind of day. I mean, do you have anything? Go for it, bro.
I'm trying to think. Besides, like rematching every team we've lost to, I can't think of anything that sticks out in particular.
Interesting. How about you, Scooteroo? How do you feel? You got anybody you want to call out while you're here? You want to rematch against the Eagles? Take your pride back.
Oof. I want to rematch the team we won the forfeit against, just so we could actually get a game in, the Seagulls. It'd be nice to actually play them, but that's how things go. But I'm looking forward to playing the Hornets again. I know they've been pretty good. Memphis is it's calling my name.
Interesting. Hornets and the Seagulls, you've both been put on notice. You've received your black spot. You're up next. Not today though. In the future, you'll be getting to him, Scooter.
I was talking about the adept teams, not the expert. It'd be nice to play them. Just go down to conference.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure we could arrange that. Yeah.
I mean, after
Tubby,
the performance today, I wouldn't see a problem with that. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just showcasing my lack of skill. That's all.
all right.
But
Tubby, you have any more questions?
It reminds me of the season 3 preseason tournament where Scooteroo did absolutely nothing and we got swept out in the second round. So,
Yeah.
just good times all around.
Yeah, sounds like me.
Well, Tubby, you got any more questions, brother?
I mean, no, not really. Just ready to go to sleep. How about you?
I'm probably gonna play games for like 2 more hours, but I will go ahead and get us out of here because I know Kimokio and Riffin probably want to go grind ranked up to SSL real quick the way they're playing right now, and Scooter is probably going to derank to like plat. So everybody's got things to do. I know Ponzi's who's our charitable streamer today. We really appreciate him. Has stuff he wants to do. So thank you guys all for coming on. I know this is a bit informal, but I really appreciate everybody who stuck around, watched the game, and was chatting. You guys all have a great night. Thank you so much.
Eagles best. Bye.